I'm so excited. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to give you some book reviews. I had filmed this video a couple times, but for various reasons, I never posted it, mostly because they were bad. So, I'm here to give you at least a couple of the books I've reviewed. The ones that are most important right now that I just finished this past day or two. So the first, well, actually, it's a series. They're both series. The first one is the Fablehaven series. Now, I started the first book many years ago, and now I have finally finished it. I read the Keys to the Drake, the Keys to the Demon Prison, and oh my good gravy, it was good. It was good. It was very, very good. Um, I enjoyed it a lot, and I really liked it how the author kept, Brandon Mall, kept the ending open so that if he wanted to revisit the world, it was very plausible, but yet it's very possible, but yet he still was able to, like, give us closure to the whole story of that he visited in this series. Um, really, really liked that. Uh, I also liked his writing style was neat. He did use some cliches, which was totally fine. It was kind of normal with the characters that he used the cliches with. It was mostly in speaking, so that I think is okay. Um, the way that he wrote the series was great. It connected to everything, and it was a really good series. I highly recommend the series. So, if you want to pick that up, Fablehaven by Brandon Mall. Also, another thing I really, really liked is that it was very clean. It was violent, which is... Violence doesn't bug me unless it's, like, overly grotesque and creepy. Just very grotesque and uneasy. But it was a good amount of violence, and it was clean to the fact that there wasn't any swearing. This is what matters to me, but there was no swearing, no sexual details, and it was very good. It's very, very good for children, I think, to read. Around age 8 is a good time to start, especially with the first one. And then they can read it as they grow older. They can read it all the way to the end. I think it's fantastic. Now, what I really, 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 really want to talk to y'all about is this trilogy called the Bartimaeus Trilogy. And I first heard of the trilogy from a lady who's a family friend of ours. And she... I've always wanted to be an author since I was about 5. I liked writing when I was 5. And I always wanted to be an author when I was, ever since I was in, like, 1st or 2nd grade. So very young, it was like my goal to be an author and to just write for fun. And so there's this one family friend who was very supportive of that, and she would always find out different places where I could meet authors and go to book signings. And there was one book signing that she took me to. It was for Jonathan Stroud's, his Bartimaeus Trilogy. And it was a brilliant presentation. He was fun, he was engaging, he was great with the kids, and he drew, like, fun pictures, and as he signed the book, he drew little pictures inside of it, and it was really, really neat. So this was a long time ago. I must have been, like, middle school age. Yeah, I'm 28 now. It was middle school age. So, I never did have a chance to read it because I was in the middle of reading Harry Potter, and I was really into Harry Potter at the moment. So I never did read it, but I always wanted to read it. Well, the last few months, I've had a chance to read it, and good gravy. It is amazing. I actually like the series better than Harry Potter. I know that might be blasphemy for some of you, but it is such an intricate storyline that makes sense. It doesn't confuse your brain. He plots everything so nicely. He makes everything that's supposed to connect together. He reveals information to you that you can discover it as you're reading. And then he does tell you in case you don't realize it right then and there. The characters are engaging. It's hilarious. It's fun. He has his characters make silly mistakes, which I think is really refreshing in a series. For example, this isn't going to like reveal any big surprises in the story, but there's a part where this one character named Nathaniel is trying to open a door, so he's actually pushing the door to open it, and he's like, it must be locked then, you know, because it won't open. But then in the story it goes something like, and then a thought came to Nathaniel's mind. He pulled. Ah, the door opened. So things like that just made it really clever, really good. And the plotline itself, like, Bartimaeus is the main character. He's a genie, and it also follows the storyline of the magician boy Nathaniel, and then later another character that you will reveal it will be revealed in the second book, named Kitty. And Bartimaeus was great. It was great to be in Bartimaeus' head and everything, to have him as a character. And then Nathaniel, sometimes I just wanted to strangle him, and I was really annoyed at him. But I still felt with him, or I could identify with him. It wasn't like when I was reading Twilight. I couldn't stand being in Bella's head. It just drove me crazy. But I wasn't exactly in Nathaniel's head. It was a third person point of view with that. But reading about his mistakes and his stupidities, I still was able to read it even though he was being stupid and I wanted to strangle him. And at the end, it went all well. It was a great ending. I wanted to cry. I was happy with the ending, even though it was a sad-ish ending. I was still very, very, very happy with it. So that trilogy, y'all need to read right now. Go to your library, go to the bookstore, buy it. Just buy it. You'll love it. If you liked Harry Potter, you'll like this. Because it's kind of like not like Harry Potter. It has magicians, it has demons, or magical creatures, or spirits. Because it really just has like these spirits. But it's so good. And the way that Jonathan Stroud writes, every author needs to read and study his writing style because of the way he just explains things, his words that he uses. It's wonderful. Like, study his writing. Study Jake. Okay, so the two authors at the moment that, actually three. I do want to include Brandon Mull in this, but you need to study J.K. Rowling's writings, Jonathan Stroud's, and Brandon Mull's. These are of the newer modern era. I will later let you know which of the more classical authors I think everybody should. Well, maybe I'll just tell you right now. Of all classical authors that you should read Shakespeare, Jane Austen, and I have blanked. But those two, definitely. Jane Austen and William Shakespeare. I was going to say this one author, but I've never read any of his books, so I can't vouch for that. So I don't want to give you a recommendation when I don't really know. I was going to say Henry James, because I hear he's a really good author. But I want to read his Portrait of a Lady first before I recommend that to you. So, of modern day era, Brendan Mull, J.K. Rowling, and definitely Jonathan Stroud are included with that. And then for the classics, you should read William Shakespeare and Jane Austen. You may not, for Jane Austen and William Shakespeare, you may be confused by William Shakespeare when you read it. That's okay. Keep on reading. You'll get it. Because I could get into a rant about William Shakespeare. Maybe I'll do that a different day. But anyways, that's where I'm going to end my video. And so those are my book reviews at the moment. Sorry it took so long. There was a lot of things that were going on in my life. Emotionally, mostly my fault. And so yeah, thanks for being so patient. I am grateful the few people who watch this. Thank you so much, and thank you for subscribing. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more of my videos, please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.